The first group of harmonics we'll look at are called the natural harmonics, and they occur at the 12th, 7th, and 5th frets on the guitar. And to do this, I'm taking my third finger and laying it flat right over the right fret wire of the 12th fret. I'm not pushing down because that would give me that. I'm just lightly laying it there so that when I pluck the strings, I get that bell tone. And you can also move your finger off of each one as you get it so that it won't mute it. That's at the 12th fret. Here's the 7th. Here's the 5th. Now what happens if I play just the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings? This would be a G chord. What's happening is the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings open are part of the G chord. And they really, in and of themselves, give us the 3 notes we need for a G chord. Well, when I go to the 12th fret, that's an octave higher. And that would make sense. The 12th fret, if you were to fret it, is an octave higher. So it also gives us our harmonics there for the G chord as well. I can get the G chord also on the 5th fret, another octave higher than the 12th fret. However, if I go to the 7th fret, that's a D chord. Interestingly enough, if I were to fret it, it would be a D chord. But of course with the harmonics, it's an octave higher, and it has that nice little bell tone. And that's the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings. I'm not using the 1st string. So once again, on the 12th fret, using the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd strings, that's a G chord. 7th fret is a D, 5th fret is a G. Now some of the ways I would use this would be like at the end of a song if it's in G. Or if the song was in D. I could use the harmonics there at the 7th fret. And it just gives you a nice little ending. If you use the first 3 strings on the 12th fret, I would use that for an E minor. And it makes sense because the E minor has the first 3 strings open anyway. So if we were to do that at the 12th fret, we would expect an E minor as well. And by the same token, we could use the 5th fret. That would be an E minor as well, an octave higher. The 7th fret would be a B minor. So if I were doing a song in B minor, that would give me a nice harmonic ending in the key of B minor. Now your minor chords can also be used as extensions of major 7 chords. For instance, think of a C major 7 chord that has the first string open. Well, its first 3 strings are open as well. So you could take a C major 7 chord and use those as your harmonics. You might want to pick up a C in the bass there, fretted, top string 8th fret. I actually use that when I do That I May Dwell, when I go to the chorus, when it goes, that I may dwell in your, that's my C major 7. I slide up, pick up the C here, and then the harmonics there. That gives me a C major 7 chord. Consequently, that will work for a G major 7, because a G major 7 chord is really pretty much a B minor with a G in the bass. So I could use that as well if I wanted a G major 7 chord for an ending. And that's the 7th fret, first 3 strings. So that's the way you can use the natural harmonics on the 12th, 7th, and 5th frets, using either the inside strings 4, 3, and 2, or 3, 2, and 1. Now let's take a look at what we call artificial harmonics.